G'day viewers, and welcome back to the channel. Something's been eating at me for a while and I just can't shake it, so I need to do something about it. I'm not a real big fan of that push button release. New cars these days just have a little micro switch there. You push a micro switch and pop. So I'm going to see if I can put one in there. Stick around. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I hope I can teach you something, you like what you see, and consider subscribing. Now, this little push button, not as simple as it sounds, because inside here I've previously put a central locking solenoid on there to lock and unlock the lock itself, which all that does is just push this little actuator out of the way so that when you push it in, it's not hitting this little bracket here, which then, if I engage that, you'll see it moves that, and in turn, as you can see down the bottom there, pulls this little lever over, and that is what unlocks the hatch. So it's going to be a two-step, because I'm going to need something, one of these solenoids that I have left over from when I installed this, because I only used 3. So that solenoid will pull this. That'll be actuated off the button, but then I need something to isolate it so that you can't just walk up and open the hatch when your car's locked. So I'm going to have to come up with some sort of bracket or lever that pops out of the way when this is activated. This could be interesting. First thing to do obviously is pull this mechanism out. One 10mm bolt and that should just fall out. Not even tight. There it goes. I'll find that later. It's got to twist or spin or do something. There it goes. Put that off there. There's the outside piece. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. That one's fine. What I need to do is create, well, something else. I suppose the first move is to make sure the solenoid can actually pull that. So I've got a solenoid up here and it has a bar on it. This one right here, which we're going to just pop around there. I've got a negative connected. There's our positive. Yeah, still can't see it. And I'm going to hold that in place. There we go. I'm going to hold the solenoid. Let's see if it pulls it. Don't know. What happened? Let's try that. I'm hitting it too quick. Let's try that again. That looks good. Did it actually pop it? Popped it on the first one. There, it's locked. Put that back on, hold the solenoid in place, and it popped it. Cool. Okay, we're in the gouge. Now, I'm going to also have to make a plate that's going to replace this. So that, and it does twist and come out. It's got this little tab here that locks in there. There you go. Pop it in, click, locked in. And the bolt goes in there and you're good. But we're not going to have that, so I need to make a plate that's going to fit on there, lock into that, do all that good stuff, all at the same time. And the most difficult part of that is this is not flat, and it's not straight. So I'm going to have to, well, here we go, a piece of 3mm plate here. Yeah, see that gap? Yeah. Which means I'm going to have to curve the plate to fit that. Sorry about that, you almost missed some of the template making, but that's a basic template. Once I cut that out, I can fiddle around with it, make everything work in that. Now transfer that onto there. As you can see, it needs a bit of firework, especially here. I'm going to try and cut down into there a bit more with the bandsaw, see how I go. That's a bit better. I've still got a massive chunk up here I've got to remove. There we go. Yeah, there. Got to remove all that. So it'll slide right up into place because it's still overhanging quite a bit. But again, I knew that was coming. That side may need a bit off it too. And we're going to make that exactly that shape. Lots of filing to do. Let's do that. Well, I don't know what happened between marking and drilling, but the hole ended up really far off, so I've actually welded it up, recentered it, re-drilled it. It's still a tiny bit off. You can just see it's just off this way too much. So I'm just going to chuck it back in the vise and just with a small rat tail, I'm just going to file away the bottom edge there. That's a bit better. Bottle go in there now. There you go. Now we've got to do something about that. Tip of the week. Have fun always losing your chuck key. A good safe keeping place for it. In the chuck, you'll never lose it, and because you haven't done it up with the key, you just undo it and there it is. Never lose your chuck key again. Okay, so I just knocked a hole in the centre of the circle there because, well, that's where our switch needs to go eventually. See, that all goes there, that lines up with that, that's all nice, that's all good. Center, hole in the centre, that's where our switch will be. This bolt anchors it down here. Now we need that little notch to go in there and connect onto here. So as you saw, I cut that out a bit earlier. That'll go in there like that. But it needs to connect, it needs to attach to this. And I don't know how far out the switch is going to go. So, have to wait for the switch. And also, that little step, that's not an issue, because don't forget, this goes on the inside, this goes on the outside, and it has a panel skin between them. So once you get a panel skin in there, it's going to sit out almost enough to take up that step. Well, as I just said, that's pretty much all I can do on that until the switch arrives. Who knows when that's all going to be. And in the meantime, I need to brainstorm and figure out the linkage mechanism and figure out how that's going to work. That's going to be interesting, so keep an eye open for that one. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you learned something. If so, hit that like button down below. Way down there, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when the next one's coming. And I'll see you on the next one.